this architecture has three subdivisions. One is radio base station subsystem. Okay, so that is called as RSS. Okay, radio station subsystem or base station subsystem. And the next one is network switching subsystem. Okay, so this is called as NSS, the operation support subsystem. OSS. Okay, so this is mainly used for receiving the signals. So when you take a mobile phone and when you call a person, okay, so the signals will be sent to and fro from the base station to the mobile phones. So receiving signals is taken care by this radio station subsystem, otherwise called as base station subsystem. And all the network system based communications, everything will be handled by this NSS. Okay, so the mobile handheld devices operations and maintenance part will be taken care by this OSS. Okay, so if you look into this architecture diagram, you could see the mobile equipment, that is the handheld devices, okay, where your SIM will be inserted. Okay, so that will be in connection with this base station. Okay, so the base station, it is going to hold two main things. Okay, so one is BTS, that is base trans receiver station. Okay, so it can be like multiple base trans receiver station in the base station. Okay, so that is collectively going to be in connection with the base station controller. Okay, the one who is going to control all the transceiver station is the base station controller. Okay, so each one will be connected to this, so that will be separated by means of the air interface. Okay, so it is not that it is going to have only one base station controller which is going to control all the transceiver stations. It is going to have multiple base station controller also, so which will be in turn connected with the main mobile station controller. Okay, so this mobile station controller, that is going to get connected with the base station controllers. Okay, so that mobile station controller, it is going to hold multiple things. What are those? They are HLR, VLR, EIR and AUC. What is that HLR? That is home location register. Okay, so whenever you get a mobile phone, okay, they'll be you will be obviously getting a SIM card number. So all the reference numbers, ID, unique ID, the mobile code number, everything will be stored in this home location register. Okay, so if you're going to get it from location Chennai, so all your details with your name, registered name, it will be in the home location register. Okay, so what is visitor location register? VLR is whenever you travel from one place to another place, to some other country, abroad or something, your visitor location register, it is going to contain all the details about you. Okay, sometimes you will be seeing your mobile phones like the roaming has been activated, or some signal change will be shown in your mobile. So that time your name, your SIM card number, or the details regarding your mobile phones will be updated in this visitor location register. So if you could take and see that visitor location register, which all places you have traveled, how your mobile phones has been registered, you can all see that. Okay, so what is EIR? That is equipment identity register. So whenever there is some theft or loss of your mobile phones, that will be updated in the equipment identity register. Okay, so if you go find that in that register, or who has taken it, or how to get it back, everything will be updated in the equipment identity register. And this authentication center, AUC, okay, so that is an authentication center where it is going to hold all the informations like how your mobile phones validity is, how much is the validity, how much you have to pay, and what all calls has been allowed for you, and which all calls can be made from your mobile phones, international calls, or like that. Everything will be authenticated using this authentication center. This MSC is in turn connected to the internet or other public networks like PSTN, ISDN, packet networks, and those things. Again, there will be some interface between the base station and this network switching subcenter, which is going to hold all the HLR, VLR, equipment identity register and authentication center, which is controlled by this mobile station controller. Okay, so this is the main architecture. The only difference you could see between the GSM and GPRS is the additionally two things will be added up to this GPRS. Okay, so those two things are called, see, you have SGSN and GGSN. So what is the entire architecture? It is going to be the same. Okay, the system connected to the telephone connected to the base station, and base station it is going to controlled by the base station controller, which in turn is connected to the MSC. Okay, and then to the PSTN and all the networks, everything is kind of same as like GSM. The only difference is two important things that is added up. Okay, one is servicing support node, that is SGSN. Okay, and then GGSN, which is gateway support node. Okay, via the network, this BSC it's been connected to the SGSN. Okay, and this GPRS will be acting as a backbone. Okay, and that is connected to the gateway support node, and then that is being connected to the internet. So what is the main purpose of this SGSN is the routing the packet data to and fro from the mobile station. Okay, what is our ultimate aim is we have to send the packets to and fro, okay, with the data or information. Okay, so routing the packet switched data to and fro from the mobile station, that is the thing that is SGSN is going to do. Okay, so again mobility is possible here, means you can move from one place to another place, and location is all managed by this SGSN, like how it is done in GSM. Authentication and charging for calls, where the information of the user is being stored, everything is being taken care by this SGSN. Okay, what is GGSN? It is going to provide a gateway between the GPRS and PDM. Okay, so this GGSN, it is going to convert the data, okay, provide a gateway, means it is going to, GPRS is going to act as a backbone and it is going to send the data, right? So similarly here, this GGSN is nothing but a gateway. It provides a way for communicating, okay, convert the data from SGSN to PDP. Okay, so this is the structure we know, like GPRS, it is connected to the base station transceiver and station controller and network switching subsystem, and then radio station subsystem. Along with that you will have GSS, which is going to hold these two things. Okay, and if you look into this additional components of GSM, you will have home location register, as I told you, visitor location, equipment identity register, authentication center, SMS servicing center. So that is also an important thing. Okay, so SMS servicing center, when you send a short message service, so that is taken care by the center, and GMSC, gateway for mobile station controller, and chargeback center, everything is available.